Welcome to Se28 TV, brought to you courtesy of First Ave Entertainment. I am your host, B. This is the part 2 of Se28 TV's production for this evening. We have an awesome show lined up for you today. We are here at Express Lounge. I want to give a shout out to Express Lounge for allowing us to be here in the building. Today, we have Roo The Poet. If you haven't heard of him before, you're going to hear about him today. You guys, we'll be right back in just a few. You want more information about us? Log on to www.Se28TV.com. Our Instagram and Twitter handle is at Se28TV. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
Bigging up Sing So Sing.
This is the hottest show in the world right now.
Même les où on tord, c'est moi-même qui m'en dois pardon.
Bye bye, au revoir.
Va, va, va.
Elephant Man represent
5/5 TV.
They gave me nothing.
Okay, so, itching already. One of the signs.
I'm telling you, I was amazed when some of the things you were saying.
I'm a shorty that's deep in love. Makes me believe. Woo, child, we talking about 2001, 2002.
I'ma show them otherwise.
Man, I do me.
Has anyone seen that booty?
I'm pleased to hear my music.
I'm happy to be here.
I know you are.
Together we rule the world.
When I make music, I don't make it for me.
I always sing 1 or 2 songs as a drummer.
Se28 family, it's a pleasure to be back. I'm your host, B. You can locate me on Instagram at LONGCHAMP and the show at Se28TV.com, as well as Twitter and Instagram at Se28TV. We have Roo The Poet.
That's me.
In the building here at Express Lounge. Roo, ça qu'a fait?
I'm just living my best life.
Living your best life in the lab, cooking, right?
All day, every day.
I have a special place in my heart for poets because I love English and lit. So there's so many pieces that I've heard from you, but I know the audience here would like to know more, and I'm like, yes, let's dig.
Yeah.
Let's dig. So tell me about your journey being a poet.
I mean, I guess I can start from the humble beginnings. I remember starting out trying to go to open mics and not really getting on stage because hosts didn't know who I was. Really getting turned away or like.
You were turned away?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, that's why it's great to hear the beginning stories, because if you hear his work, who turned away? No, I wouldn't imagine that.
That's just how it is. So it's just
why?
like.
Is it because of the popularity, or did they even hear your work?
I mean, sometimes to get on stage, like, you just have to have a certain level of like credibility or talent. So it's like if nobody knows you, then they're not going to put you at the primetime slots. Like there's times where I wouldn't get on stage, or I would get like those last, you know what I'm saying, like show ending slots.
Where it's like last call for alcohol?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like most people leave at intermission. So if you get like those last slots, you're only performing in front of like 5-10 people for real. So I really do remember those moments. So it's just like to come up and then be like the headliner and be different things like that. I don't know. I never take a performance for granted because I know where I've come from.
Headliner.
Yeah.
So were you ever booed?
I've never been booed.
Nice.
I've definitely been on stages where I've bombed, but like I've never actually been booed.
Really?
Yeah, people are pretty nice. When you bomb, most people are just like, you know what I'm saying?
Clap it up,
it's all
clap
good,
it up.
whatever. But it's like I got into a point now where like I could think I bombed, and then once I get off stage, people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're so amazing!"
Because you're your best critic, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's just how it is.
Nice. So what got you into poetry? Because usually, people they're into poetry, but then they segue into rap or they segue into hip hop. They're like, I don't want to stick into just the writing part of it. I want to put a beat behind it.
Right.
So what got you to just stick and stay in that lane?
What's funny is I used to be like a gospel rapper.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? So like in the 5th grade, used to like do gospel rap. But I met a mentor. He really sat me down and he was like, "You have a real poetic flow. I want to introduce you to spoken word." And then from then on, I started writing and really developing that craft.
In 5th grade. That's pretty dope.
And then I started writing pretty consistently like the 7th, 8th grade.
Wow.
And then I started taking poetry really seriously in like 2017. That's when I really was like, I can actually do something with this and pursue something with it.
So how has poetry helped you out in other areas of your life?
In terms of what, like with women?
Petite, yes, women. I was going there.
I already seen it. I mean, I guess just having a way with words and being confident in who I am and being able to wear my heart on my sleeve and be vulnerable and finding strength in my vulnerability, I feel like that's what attracts women the most. You know what I'm saying? Just being honest and upfront with everything that I have to say. They just respect it. So I guess.
This guy said, finding strength in my vulnerability. Let's rewind. Finding strength in my... I have yet to hear a young man, you're in your 20s?
Yeah.
Saying finding strength, like you can be like one of my young students, but finding strength in your vulnerability, where do you get that type of aura? Like how did, like...
I don't know.
To be a young black man that is able to express himself in that manner, that's pretty dope.
I appreciate that.
That's dope. You must have a strong mom.
Love my mama.
Listen, I'm segueing to that because he has this poem about his mama.
Okay.
It is absolutely amazing. And I believe in giving people their flowers while they're here on this earth. And I know when she hears that, it just resonates within her, right?
Yeah, she's heard it a couple of different times.
Yeah?
And she loves it every time. I remember to win this poetry slam, I won the 2017 Slam for Literacy.
Congrats.
I remember for the final round, I debuted the piece with her in the crowd. And I remember just seeing like her emotions and everything, because she didn't know that I wrote a piece dedicated to her. So just to win the slam on that piece, it meant a lot. So,
Are you her only child?
No, I got a younger brother.
Younger brother, oh gosh, you filling in those shoes. He has some shoes to fill, huh?
It is what it is.
Thanks to Sank, we got to fill in some paperwork right now. We got to make some money. We'll be right back after these messages.
Healthcare workers and nurses are in high demand. Take your first step toward a medical career today at Ideal Professional Institute in Miami Gardens. With multiple programs available, you can become a patient care technician in just 9 months, a home health aide in under 1 month, an LPN in just a year. Ideal Professional Institute is licensed by the state of Florida, so register now. Call 305-653-7886.
Thanks to Sank family, we are back with Roo the Poet.
I'm here.
Hey, you're here. Making a name for yourself and living within your purpose, right?
Right.
Every day. So some of us are not as fortunate, right? Part one, we talked to Corin, and Corin was fortunate to have her parents supporting her in her endeavors. How was your journey like?
I would say it was the complete opposite. Initially, my parents didn't support me at all. They're more of like a l'école, la guy, l'église kind of family.
I know that's right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I can
just
agree.
like they just wanted me to go to school and do the school route, but I knew that it wasn't necessarily for me. Like I went to school, I graduated from FIU, but I realized that I ultimately wanted to pursue my dreams and be financially free and do things that would make me ultimately happy.
What did you major in?
Communications.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not too far.
Yeah,
off.
not too far off at all. But yeah, they didn't really support me.
I was gonna say they didn't support communications either, huh?
Yeah, no, because I was initially a biology major.
Oh yes, they love that.
Yeah, so
oh,
everyone's
yes.
in my family is like in the healthcare field.
Nice.
So I used to want to be like an orthopedic surgeon, but then I just realized that I was only doing that to kind of like, I guess, cater to them.
Right.
And I realized you can't do that in life. You got to live for yourself and do what ultimately makes you happy. So I remember coming to them and being like, I don't want to do that.
This is it.
I'm going to switch to communications.
Ooh.
And then once I graduate, I'm going to pursue my dreams. And
how was that reception?
They weren't on board at all. They were really like, nah, this is not the way. I don't know how you're going to be successful with this. But I don't really blame them because I know older Zoes, they don't really understand the power of social media and the power of really like believing in yourself and just betting on yourself.
Right.
So that's just something that they never really understood. But once they started to see the success and they started to see the shows and everything that came with it, they were like, hold on, he might be onto something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So my dad is still kind of on the fence, but my mom is like completely on board.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it the poem?
Probably. Probably. But I think my mother has just been to more shows.
Okay.
So she's seen the reception. She's seen, I guess, the crowd engagement and everything like that. So, like, to see me live, I think that's one of my best attributes. It's just my stage presence.
Oh, yes. Forced to be reckoned with, like, totally. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I did ask if he would give us a little something, and, you know, he kind of declined. But if they wanted to hear a little something, where could they go and find, you know, a little something?
You can go on my Instagram. That's at Roo The Poet. That's ROOTHEPOET. You can also check me out on YouTube, all social media platforms, to be honest. I also make music as well. Transition into the music lane because I realized there was like just a lack of artists who are speaking on real topics and speaking with substance. So I just want to be that voice that can inspire people, but also, you know, provide music that people can get jiggy with.
So when you say you're dealing with music in what realm?
In terms of what? What do you
mean? Like, are you rapping? Are you writing? Producing? Beats?
I songwrite.
Okay.
I rap and I sing.
You sing?
Yeah, I sing too.
I've never heard you sing.
You gotta listen to the music.
Oh, listen now. I was trying to get you in there.
Nah, I wasn't about to do it on spot. You almost had me.
You know,
you almost had me.
I'm trying. I'm usually good at this.
You are good at it.
Maybe it's the quarantine that had me not being smooth. I'm usually a smooth
operator. Nah, you smooth. It was smooth. But
okay.
You feel me? When two smooth people, it cancel out.
You're right. You're right. I gotta do a little bit better than that. Gotta do a little better. All right. So I know your English teachers loved you.
Oh man, I loved English because it was just like, to me, I feel like writing is subjective. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if I'm writing essays, I'm giving you my personal opinion. You may not necessarily agree, but I'm telling you my viewpoint and my perspective, and you just gotta respect that. So I definitely loved English, writing, literature. I read a lot too. So
So have you had any pieces that, I mean, I've heard a lot of them that really tug on your heart? I mean, the emotional roller coaster, and that's what I love about your poems too. Like the few that I've heard, they take you on this journey, and it's like, okay, in the beginning you're here, and then boom, you're just like all over the place with your emotions, which is really dope.
Right.
So have anyone ever come up to you and say, okay, this inspired me to change my life, or have you been inspired by any of your work, like an out of body experience?
Wow, that's a good question. My piece about my mother, for the longest, was really impactful on me, only because I really do love my mother, but it was also a piece that was about what's going on in society right now.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because I wrote the piece 3-4 years ago, but it still resonates with what's going on today.
Very
so
relevant.
That's just that impacts.
What's the
me
title of that
daily.
piece? Because we keep talking about it.
It's called Zo Lady.
Zo Lady.
Yeah.
Your mom didn't get offended?
Hey, that's
Mom
my mama.
like Zo, I call him Zo.
No, that's Zo Lady.
Zo Lady. We'll be right back. Thanks to Sank TV. More from Roo The Poet in just a few.
Bigging Bigging up Sing So Sing.
This is the hottest show in the world right now.
Même les où on tort, c'est moi-même qui demande pardon.
Bye bye, au revoir.
Elephant Man represent.
5 TV.
They gave me nothing.
Okay, so, ooh, itching already. One of the signs.
I'm telling you, I was amazed when some of the things you were saying.
I'm a shorty that's deep in love. Makes me believe. Woo, child, we talking about 2001, 2002.
I'ma show them otherwise. Man, I do me.
Has anyone seen that booty?
I'm pleasing him in music.
I'm happy to be here.
I know you are.
Together we rule the world.
When I make music, I don't make it for me. I always sing 1 or 2 songs as a drummer.
Sinks to Sink family, we're back with Roo the Poet.
We here.
You want more information about Sinks to Sink TV? Log on to www.sinkstosinktv.com. Your message, your platform. You say that you utilize the piece that Lady
Right.
it is about, you know, showing love and admiration to your mom, and also it is very, very prevalent in today's time.
Right.
What do you say about people utilizing their platform as far as, you know, getting sponsorship? Do you agree that, you know, you should utilize that platform, or should you, you know, protect your brand and stir away from, you know, certain, you know, types of controversies?
I feel like with your platform, you should stay true to who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if that's the type of person that you are genuinely, then I feel that you should always feel a certain obligation to speak on the things that matter to you. So it's like, to me, I do feel like a lot of things are corrupt in our system and in our society. So who would I be to genuinely believe in that, but not want to speak on it only because I want a couple extra dollars in my pocket, or I feel like it'll tarnish my brand, or my fans won't appreciate me for that. So that's just what I believe. So if you are the type of person that believes in those things and don't speak on it, then I feel like you're being hypocritical to yourself.
Dope stuff. Dope stuff. Oh.
Yeah. Let me speak to him.
Yes. So as far as movies are concerned, I'm segueing.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I think of poetry, I got some movies in mind, and I'm like, I sit back,
Mm-hmm.
you know, pour a little coffee. I don't drink coffee, I'm lying. Pour some
a little
tea.
wine.
Wine, yes. And I sit back and I enjoy the evening, especially if it's raining outside. What's one of those movies for you that does it for you?
That's like a poetry-based kind of
Yes.
movie. Probably Love Jones.
Yeah, it's not that many.
That's like, yeah, there's not that
What's
many.
the
at all.
problem? I don't understand. Our
I don't
society is like stirs away from, like, we don't really embrace poetry anymore.
I think right now we're going through like a renaissance where like a lot of black creatives are being put to the forefront of media in general. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So now there's a lot more black directors, black actors,
Right.
a lot more opportunities for these studios to push out more black content. So I feel like in the future, we'll see a lot more movies incorporate spoken word, because it is a dying art. So I feel like as we continue to revive it and bring it back, and we have people like myself who are pushing it to the forefront of just people's minds and hearts, I feel like it'll show up in a lot more movies, and we're just going to witness it.
That's dope. Listen, I saw Tyler Perry. I don't know if you saw. I saw a little snippet of his acceptance speech, and how, you know, he's paving a way, and he used some, you know, cadence. He basically referenced a quilt that his grandmother, you know, passed down to him, and he didn't like the quilt. He hated the quilt. And along the path, when he became to get money and notoriety, he went to a thrift store, or an antique store, antique store, but one of those well-to-do antique stores. And he went in there and he looked at the quilt, and it reminded him of the quilt that he just didn't care for, that his grandmother gave to him. And the lady basically told him the story of how each part of the quilt it stood for something. The patches stood for, that piece of clothing was from the mom's jumping the broom, getting married. Wow. The other piece was from, the mom's muumuu when she was a slave, and it told a story. And he said he felt convicted as a result of that because he didn't care for his story, and he threw it away. So I say all this to say, what would you like to leave as far as your story is concerned, your legacy?
Oh, as far as like my legacy, I want whenever people are able to listen to my words, whether it's in my music, my poetry, in my writing, just whatever it is, I want to be able to leave a stamp that I was the type of person that wanted to use my voice to impact, inspire, and just motivate people and remind them that they're not alone in their struggles. That's something that I always say prior to performing, but that's just truly who I am. I feel like a lot of people have untapped potential, and I feel like if everyone can tap into their potential, then us as a community and as a society, our potential then becomes exponential, and this world can become a better place.
Yes, sir.
So it's like I just want to be either that person that can inspire someone else to change the world, or do it myself, one person at a time.
Yes, Roo the Poet here in the building at Express Lounge. We'll be right back, you guys. Thanks for saying family. Stick and stay. Thanks to Sank Family. We're here with Roo the Poet. I feel like it should be dragged out. Roo.
Roo.
Yes.
Little vibe, maybe.
Yes.
I'll think about it.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it depends on the person introducing you.
It depends.
So, I have energy. So I'll say woo.
Woo.
I like it. See? It's
Got
like a
little
call and
vibe.
response.
Like back then, there was like woo, get it.
Woo.
Yeah, little song. They don't know about that. They don't know about that, man.
Who doesn't? I mean, I am in another decade, but yeah, I know about it. I know about it. Miami music never dies.
Never dies.
Okay. Woo. Where you get the name from?
My name's Roo Jerry.
Roo Jerry.
My government name, so it's just Roo.
Roo. Okay. Who about to get me Roo Jerry? You didn't like
too
Roo Jerry?
long. I used to go by Roo Jerry Dangerville. That was the whole name, but I was like, it's a little too long.
I would have them say my name
every time. But the thing was, I remember anytime I would get off a stage and I'll just be like, oh, follow me on Instagram, I would have to say the whole thing, and I'd be like,
then you got to spell it out.
Let me just shorten this, and then I got better results after that.
Got you. So we were discussing inspiring people that motivated you, who and what time period. Like, I'm a Harlem Renaissance junkie.
Right.
Like, but then I am up in age. So let's talk about you and who motivated you to, go on this journey.
I don't know. I haven't done my fair share of research in terms of like older poets. So that's
they don't motivate you?
Yeah, that's one thing that I do got to do a better job of. But I guess poets that inspire me now. So I compete on the National Poetry Slam team. So my teammates actually inspire me a lot. I think that they're really dope, and they deserve the notoriety and the recognition. I also am inspired by, I can shout out my teammates, Mike McCain, Bird. You got Calvin. That's another like spoken word artist that's around here. Calvin made some early. Other notable poets like that are in Cali. You got Prentice Powell and Rudy Francisco. That's actually like one of my biggest inspirations. Like when I started, I really wanted to be like him. You know what I'm saying? Like I really thought he was dope.
And you met him up there?
Yeah, I met him at Nationals.
Okay.
And he's just dope. Like a lot of the things that he's doing to push poetry forward are things that I can see myself doing and possibly doing even greater things.
What's one of the things that he's doing?
he was on the Jimmy Fallon show.
Oh, wow.
I think it was the Jimmy Fallon show, the Tonight Show, one of those like late night shows, and poets aren't normally on shows like that. So it just really opened my eyes to what is accepted in media. And if you are talented enough and you push your craft further enough, you know what I'm saying, you can do whatever it is that you
breaking
want.
those barriers.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I remember one time I tuned into his live, and he was just talking about like potentially getting like a Netflix special and you know what I'm saying, different things like that. And I was just like, wow, I never thought of that. You know what I'm saying? So now he
almost like a deaf poetry jam.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like almost like, you know how comedians like Dave Chappelle or like Kevin Hart, they have their own Netflix like specials.
Right.
It would just be like I could go and sign like a Netflix deal and I'll just have like an hour-long special of just me performing like how I normally do. You know what I'm saying? So like something like that. When he was talking about it, I was like, I'd never thought about this, but
and
this
there's
is
a
something
niche out there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely a niche. And what's up with the late night clubs? Like you're over 21, right?
Yes.
I can say this. What's up with the late night clubs? Like I remember, in eons when I was in college, we would actually have clubs where they would have poetry, like real life, like Love Jones scenes.
Right.
And with the whole candles and the dim light. I mean, that atmosphere. I think we just need that. I see it every now and then in Miami, and then it'll be like one pop up here, one pop up there, and then it disappears.
Right.
Like, do you know if that's something that you will look into with your team? Like, let's try and like have this going, especially when COVID stops.
COVID opens.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, myself and a couple other poets, we're trying to cultivate just a hub of just artists where people can come into the city and have like a central place where they can go find some dope poetry, you know what I'm saying? For guys, they could go find women, ladies, you can go find men, you know what I'm saying? Like just and really have, you know what I'm saying? I mean, have you a nice little ambiance, and we actually want to do that, but we just need to find a central location, the right place, and find consistency, because that's really the problem down here. Like you'll have an event pop up, it'll be popping for about 2-3 months, and then it kind of dies down. So that's what we're working on, actually.
Nice. We'll have more with Roo The Poet in just a few. You guys stick and stay. You want more information about us, log on to www.sync-sync-tv.com. We'll be right back.
Bigging up Sing So Sing.
This is the hottest show in the world right now.
Même les où on tort, c'est moi-même qui demande pardon.
Bye bye, au revoir.
Va.
Elephant Man represent
5 sur 5 TV.
They gave me nothing.
Okay, so, itching already. One of the signs.
I'm telling you, I was amazed when some of the things you were saying.
I'm a shorty that's deep in love. Makes me believe. Woo, child, we talking about 2001, 2002.
I'ma show them otherwise. Man, I do me.
Has anyone seen that booty?
I'm pleasing him in music.
I'm happy to be here.
I know you are.
Together we rule the world.
When I make music, I don't make it for me. I always sing 1 or 2 songs as a drummer.
Thanks to Sank, we're back with Roo The Poet.
We're back.
I gotta say it right. Roo The Poet. Okay, as far as collaborations, is there anybody you have in mind that you would like to collab with?
Potentially?
Yes.
I guess with music, I got my boy Old Man Willie, Ronnie VOP. There's a couple dope Miami artists that I would definitely want to collab with. You got Flo Kid, you got King Hoodie.
So you'll keep it local.
UIFL. Yeah.
You're born and raised in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Definitely. I mean, there's like artists elsewhere that I would want to work with, but I do like our local talent. I do feel like we're underrated, and I feel like we really do have a hub and a collection of artists who are fire, who will one day eventually be known on a global scale or a national scale, whatever. And I just feel like we're just not tapped in yet, but we will.
Yeah, we influence. It seems like we influence everyone, and the great thing about Miami is there's beautiful melting pot
Right.
of people and, oh my gosh, yeah, and art, right? So your collaborations and up and coming, what do you have planned for us, your audience?
Up and coming. So I'm working on an EP right now. I'm not going to tell you guys the name yet, but I got an EP coming out soon.
So you're trying to keep that hush-hush.
I'm trying to keep it, but hey, it is what it is.
Okay.
Working on an EP right now, so that'll be out very shortly. I'm also writing a book, so that'll also be out very shortly.
So the book would be poems? Book of poetry?
Yeah,
or
book of poetry.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, definitely writing a book. I actually just released a song on Friday. It's called The Crawl.
The Crawl?
The Crawl.
Okay, like
So-
I'm crawling. Okay.
It's about just the journey, the process,
Nice.
and remaining true to yourself. And I just feel like sometimes as creatives, we get down on ourselves about the timing. We feel like we're supposed to be successful or we're supposed to be at a certain point at a certain time, and we compare ourselves to other people. And I always say comparison is the theft of your joy.
It is.
You get what I'm saying? Because you're so focused on someone else that you're not paying attention to what's right in front of you. And you're not appreciating the blessings that are coming along and not realizing that I guess the detours do not deny the destination. That sometimes you have to go through different parts to realize what your journey truly means to you. That way you can appreciate it in the end.
Nice. Little alliteration.
Yeah.
Detours don't deny the destination. The D. Yes. Listen, so your journey, it seems like you're so grounded and humble at the same time. What is it? What is it that keeps you grounded? Like spirituality? What is it? Like you sound like you have just a wealth of knowledge and that you're very laid back until it's time for him to perform, ladies and gentlemen. He turns into this, like, I don't know, you just have this reverence and this, your stage presence is, and I'm not just saying this, you guys really got to check him out. Like, he is amazing.
I appreciate that.
So what is it? What is it? Do you what, meditate, pray?
I don't know. I think I'm just rooted in my spirituality. My mother, she raised me in the church, but I don't know. I guess I'm just confident in myself, and I know where I'm going. I understand my purpose and my mission, so I don't really get stressed out by, I guess, the stresses of this world. You know what I'm saying? Whatever obstacles are thrown my way, it's just like I understand that it's just what comes with life.
So you've been in the lab cooking.
I just been cooking.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And I just love the fact that I get paid to do what I would do for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely enjoy what I do. When I wake up and I go to the lab or I go to my photo shoots or whatever it is that I have to do, I genuinely enjoy this life for myself.
Because you model as well.
Yeah, I model too.
Listen, Renaissance man. Renaissance.
You know what I'm
tapped
saying?
into acting yet?
Yeah, I want to.
Right.
I actually just got an acting coach, and I just feel like I want to do everything that my heart desires. So that's just pretty much what I'm about.
So your dad probably says, oh, Tetli Babon, he's crazy, like, right?
I'm going to have to show him someday.
I know that's right. Yes, love it, love it. So as far as your future endeavors, you talked about your EP, your music, your book.
Yeah.
Anything else on the table?
That's about it. I don't want to give away too much.
Okay.
I do like to have this sense of mystery around myself.
Nice.
So that is all I can give y'all for now.
That's it for Roo the Poet. We're closed in just a few. You guys be sure to check him out, Roo the Poet. We'll be right back in just a few. Six and Sank TV, we are back with Roo the Poet.
We're here.
It's really rude, but I'm so excited and energetic to be back here at Six and Sank TV. And we're here at Express Lounge. Shout out to Express Lounge. We've reached the final segment of our show, and it's been such a pleasure.
Nice little conversation.
Yes, having you here in the building with us. If we want more information about you and how to contact you and support you and show you some love, where can we find your media handles?
All right, you can find me on all social media platforms at Roo The Poet. That's ROOTHEPOET. That's Roo The Poet. Find me, subscribe, follow. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't be hitting me up. Hit me up. I'll answer.
You know what? You can also do like, and have you ever like performed in parties and events?
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah, that's a good little piece to add into, like, if you're having a party, if the crowd is about that life, right?
That's real.
It's a great piece to add, like to have, you know, someone open up with spoken word. I could see you doing that, like at a wedding.
Yeah, I've done that a
over
couple
some
different times.
music,
Yeah.
And, I just envisioned that. All right, Roo the Poet, it's been a pleasure. Like I said, you represent for the home team. You represent for, you know, the youth. You know, I know you're an adult, but, you know, I remember seeing you at one of these local schools, and I'm talking about everybody. You had everyone shook because they didn't know the power that you had within your voice. And I thank you for continuing to use that platform and uplift us as a people.
Amen.
Dope stuff,
Thank
dope
you.
stuff.
Thank
You guys, it's been a pleasure being back partially here at Se28 TV. We had a pleasure being here at Express Lounge. You guys, it's a hookah spot. Show them some love. They're located in Hollywood, Florida. Be sure to check them out. Be sure to check us out at Se28 TV. We're also known for providing services such as, you know, for media, to roll out events, weddings, you name it. We are a full-blown out staff. And you know we need some dinero because COVID had us, you know, on pause for quite a few. So be sure to check us out at www.Se28TV. You can also find us on all media platforms at Se28 TV. I'm your host, B. I can be found on Instagram. Pause for a moment. On Instagram at BLongChamp. Se28 family, it's been a pleasure. See you next time.